We are entering uncharted territory where humans and computers are becoming one.
Nathan is moving this hand with his brain.
Neuralink starts with a surgeon drilling a hole in your head about the size of a coin.
Neuralink implanted a brain chip in a human.
They put these threads in, there's dozens of them, and they're kind of scattered out through this portion of your brain. And what Neuralink found was that a lot more of them had moved and shifted than what it had seen.
In 2004, Nathan Chapman was involved in a car accident that left him paralyzed. As a young man in college, this was devastating. Luckily, though, he was alive. As time went on, he and his family got accustomed to their new lifestyle. Then, one day, they were contacted. 10 years after his accident, a unique opportunity arose. Nathan might have the opportunity to gain back some of his independence with an experimental procedure. But how? It's a brain implant that would allow him to control his phone, computers, and robotic limbs. He was one of the first people to test the brain-computer interface to regain some independence by harnessing the power of his mind. This revolutionary technology, called a Utah array, was implanted into his brain so that he could control robotic arms and other devices just by thinking. This was remarkable because it allowed him to interact with the outside world once again. The robotics plug into the top of his head, allowing him to control these devices with just his thoughts. Here is a video of him controlling an exoskeleton in order to eat a taco. Nathan is not alone. There are a handful of people that have lost the use of their limbs and are engaging with this technology. But what is the technology and who developed it? Well, these are called Utah arrays, and they are created by none other than BlackRock. That's right, BlackRock Neuroscience. If that didn't give you the creeps, I don't know what would. Utah array is a 4.2 millimeter square grid with 100 silicone electrodes. And that is what you saw Nathan utilizing. So this is an interesting game, right? How is Neuralink any different? Well, there's a number of things. Neuralink offers a wireless connection, whereas the Utah array had to be plugged in. This is going to use Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. I really couldn't understand or find what exactly it would use, but that's what it would use. And they would have more electrodes. What does that mean? That means more connections to the brain, more opportunities to refine the movements and the things that you're trying to accomplish. It would also allow connection to digital interfaces like X.com. This would give people like Nathan even more independence by not relying on plugging in necessarily. And here's a picture of the implant. So this is good news, right? Giving paralyzed people independence is an extremely noble cause. No one can argue that. It gives, not only the individual, but the families helping care for that individual a giant weight off their shoulder. They can breathe a sigh of relief knowing that their family member now has a little bit more independence and it can actually do things for themselves. But you have to know that this is not the end game. These venture funds are not spending millions, if not billions of dollars into this technology just to help a very, very small percentage of the population regain independence. There's sales to be had here to the normal, everyday population. No, the real money is replacing all the technology we use today, phones, computers, tablets, TVs, all those items, with one device, one connected device, a device that can not only track where you are via the networks that you're connected to, but it can also read and potentially manipulate your thoughts. Now let's take a step back. Neuralink's mission is to create a generalized brain interface to restore autonomy to those with unmet medical needs today and unlock human potential tomorrow. What I am rereading is unlock human potential tomorrow. What does that mean? Well, Elon Musk says that long-term Neuralink's chip would be used to meld human consciousness with artificial intelligence. So you have to ask, what is the end game? To understand motives, we need to look at history and follow the money. In 2016, Neuralink was founded by Elon and others, and it became publicly known. In 2017, they raised $107 million, just a year after being founded. They say it's not about what you know, it's about who you know, and that's 100% true. After a few years of development, they implanted a chip into a monkey's brain and had it play Pong a simple video game using its mind. The reality is this sort of thing could easily be faked. I'm not saying whether it was or whether it wasn't. I'm just saying that it easily could be. Jumping to 2019, Neuralink raised another $51 million. 2020, they put a sensor in a pig. And 2021, they raised $205 million. Then, in 2024, they implanted chip into their first human. Just got a cryptic tweet from Elon that said, "It's going well." Who is funding Neuralink is another big question you should be asking. Besides Elon himself, there are a few parties involved. VY Capital, or Vi Capital, led the funding round, and then Google, formerly Google Ventures, also took part. That's not a good sign. 7 venture capital firms participated. 5 Silicon Valley executives contributing their personal wealth. How is it implanted? That has to be interesting, right? Is it a guy, like a surgeon? Some guy with years of training? Nope, it's a giant sewing machine. Check out this thing, straight out of hell. Do I have to charge it? Of course you do. But apparently it charges wirelessly, according to the website. Bluetooth straight to your dome from your local network. That sounds smart to do that 24/7. How does it connect to other devices? Either Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, it wasn't really clear to me. FDA approval already. Interesting. Well, if you pay the FDA, you can get things done. They actually have a program where you can pay to play and get things done a little bit quicker. It's pretty interesting, to say the least. How do you think big tobacco companies and vaccine manufacturers get their harmful products to market quickly, or keep them in market even though they are harmful? Another question you should ask is, how long do these implants last? No one knows. Can I get it removed? Probably not part of their mission. Can you turn it off? Can you turn Alexa off? Okay, what are the obvious downsides? First off, Elon is clear that this is something that they're going to push mainstream. Whatever you think of Elon Musk, good or bad or otherwise, this is a weird technology and one that, frankly, we don't need. One of the things he's quoted saying, brain-computer interfaces have the potential to change lives for the better. We want to bring this technology from the lab into people's homes. Here's a list of potential downsides. Pain from surgery or migraines caused by having electrodes on your brain. Unforeseen side effects, tumors, infections, etc. Loss of control. Imagine getting this implanted and it loses connection, or worse, the technology's capabilities cause crippling anxiety. Another one is hijacked thoughts. If Tesla can turn off your EV from a remote location, imagine what they could do with this brain chip. Here are some of my closing thoughts. We don't need this technology. What do Alexa, Apple, fingerprint and face scanners, cryptocurrency, electronic vehicles, and brain-computer interfaces, what do all these have in common? All of these technologies benefit the companies and governments that produce them more than they help the actual end user. They give more control to the creators of the technology and less autonomy to the users. Think about it. You don't really benefit that much from scanning your fingerprint to open your computer versus typing in a password. The brain-computer interface is the next leap in intrusive tech because it is inside of you. So please, when they start selling this, don't even give it a second thought. Because the worst case scenario is that they can implant thoughts or ads straight into your mind. And then you have to pay a subscription in order to stop that. So mind control is kind of the last idea of this video. To be honest, reading into all this stuff is pretty exhausting. But here's the reality. Data is currency. Where you go, how you feel, what you buy, what you say, what you tweet, what you text, what you look at, and who you are with. And now, what you think is powerful information that can be used to not only sell to you accurately, to control you. So we have to stop this. If everyday people start implanting Neuralink, and people will use Neuralink all day, every day, and that will completely diminish their ability to think on their own. Their thoughts will be assisted with AI. Their brainwaves will be stored and used against them for advertising purposes or worse. Protect your freedom of thought. We are entering into uncharted territory. I'm done. I'm going to log off for a few days. Thanks for watching.